Nikki Haley does not need to see the seat of the president of the United States. She does not need that much power. She reminds me so much of Gavin Newsom. They both literally look the part, speak very well, really good politicians, but you can't not trust them. Period. Haley, Nikki Haley, Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley literally just said America was never a racist country. Never. Are we living in the same country? She just did an interview with Fox in which they asked her a question regarding her background and her being from South Carolina, and her pretty much responding to what Joy Reid said.
The elephant in the room, she's still a brown lady that's got to try to win in a party that is deeply anti-immigrant. It's still a challenge. I don't see how she becomes the nominee of that party with Donald Trump still around. I can't picture it happening. Maybe it could happen. Ron DeSantis' only argument for staying in it is he's the white guy, that he can still make the appeal to white people.
In the response, she stated that America is not a racist country. America was never a racist country. Let's watch it.
Great to see you. Last night, you came in third overall. You got roughly 21,000 plus votes, 19% of the vote. Ron DeSantis got 21% of the vote. Why do you think it's a two-person race?
Well, I think, first of all, look at where we started. I mean, when we started, there were 14 people in the race. We had 2% in the polls, and we came out with a strong showing. That's what we wanted in Iowa. Now we're in New Hampshire. You can look at the polls in New Hampshire. We're a stone's throw away from Donald Trump, and so we're going to continue to work really hard. We've been here for 11 months. We've done over 75 town halls. We have been in Red Arrow Diner before, and so we're going to continue to talk to people, but we know that that gave us the strength coming out of Iowa. We're going to get even stronger in New Hampshire, going to South Carolina.
So you said New Hampshire.
By the way, the ladies in the back are paid actors. The fact that they even think that she has a possibility of winning is crazy. Damn! Actually, no, let me not say that, because she technically does have a possibility. Is she going to win? No, but the possibility is there. Based off of this first response, I can already tell she's trying to gaslight herself to believe the words coming out of her mouth. Number one, like I said before with Nikki Haley, you cannot trust that woman. She literally goes wherever the wind blows, and those are the most dangerous individuals one can have. I do give her credit when it comes to being a good politician. She is a very good politician. She speaks very well. She explains her points really, really well. She presents herself really well as well. But the only thing is, like, you still cannot trust her. The fact that these super PACs and corporations are throwing money at her is a red flag in itself. They're literally buying her beliefs. When you are someone who just goes wherever the wind blows and you don't have a foundation when it comes to your beliefs, your morals, and your principles, you are beyond dangerous. You're dangerous because you are going to maneuver depending on whatever room you're standing in. You don't have a backbone. You don't have thoughts of your own. Whatever is trending, whatever is popular, whatever makes you sound good, you're going to go with it. And that's the least type of a person that we need to run this country.
She's going to fix what Iowa did. How does New Hampshire fix it?
Well, Brian, that was a joke. I mean, you know that. I don't take politics as seriously as sometimes you guys do. We were having a joke there, but what I can tell you is Iowa was very good to us. But now New Hampshire is going to go and continue what's happening and set the tone as it goes to my sweet home state of South Carolina. This is the process. This is what I love. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. But we couldn't be more excited about the energy we have on the ground here in New Hampshire and the send-off that Iowa gave us. We're happy.
Right. You did come on late. They had you up in the last Des Moines Register poll in second, but you end up in third. Nikki, right now, Elise Stefanik yesterday came out, fellow Republican, says, calling on all the other candidates to drop out. What do you say to Elise Stefanik?
Well, I respect Elise Stefanik, but I will say that you've got 70% of Americans don't want to see a Trump-Biden rematch. The majority of Americans disapprove of both Trump and Biden. If you look at the fact that both Trump and Biden put us trillions of dollars in debt that our kids are never going to forgive them for, and you look at the fact that they are still focused on the past, whether it's investigations, whether it's grievances, we need a new generational conservative leader. That's what Americans want. That's what they're yearning for. They don't want to continue to to deal with all the negativity and baggage of the past. They want to start seeing solutions so that we get things done on the economy, on education, on the border once and for all, on law and order, and on making sure that we prevent war. That's the biggest focus we have. That's what Granite Staters are talking about, and that's what we're going to continue to talk about.
I know last night you were...
I keep looking at the ladies in the back. They have to be paid actors. There's no way, because she's really not saying anything deep. Number one, Nikki Haley, the reason why I just can't take her words seriously, because she was at one point in her career just praising Donald Trump like Donald Trump was holier than thou. Two, they asked her, if Donald Trump were to ask you to be his VP, would you deny it? She couldn't even answer that. Three, it's like, if he's that bad, why did you say you would never run in the same race as him, or you wouldn't even run against him? Make it make sense. Four, Nikki Haley, the reason why a lot of like independents gravitate towards her is pretty much because she plays her role. She just knows how to like navigate her talking points depending on the room she's in. She's very nuanced. That's why I say she's very dangerous. If I was a registered Republican, I would not vote for her. I wouldn't even look her way. And Chris Christie said on stage how much he respects her, even though he disagrees with her, but yet he refused to endorse her. That speaks volume. Nikki Haley does not need to see the seat of the President of the United States. She does not need that much power. She reminds me so much of Gavin Newsom. They both literally look the part, speak very well, really good politicians, but you can't not trust them. Period.
And you have some supporters there. It seems to me last night you were very tough on, much more direct about Trump and Biden, saying we had two 80-year-olds. It's time to turn the page. The American public doesn't want these two. Was that intentional to be tougher after Iowa?
You know, I think, look, I've always spoken in hard truths. And so you had 14 candidates. And as we did, we were trying to get ourselves out there, make sure people knew what we were for, my record as governor, my record as ambassador. Now that we've come out of it, look, I mean, you look at any poll here in New Hampshire, Donald Trump and I are a stone's throw away. And so we have an opportunity to really make a difference here and continue to follow what the American people want. The truth is, we don't want any more 80-year-olds in D.C. We don't want to go and hear about any more investigations. We're done with that. Everybody wants to see new, fresh leadership. They don't want all this division. They don't want the hatred. They just want sanity. And they want government to work for them again. They're tired of working for government. And so that's what we're going to try and do. This isn't personal for me. It's never been personal for me. This is about making sure that my kids don't live like this. No parent feels good about how their kids are coming up. You look at houses.
You can talk your ear off. Another point that she makes, that she says America wants fresh new leadership, which I agree. However, I don't really see Nikki Haley as a fresh new leadership. Nikki Haley already has her hand in the government. She's already profited within the government. She already continues to make money through the government and through wars and whatever the case may be. An example of fresh leadership is more, I would say, Dean Phillips, Vivek Ramaswamy. Those are examples of fresh new leadership, because they don't have their hand in the government that deep or that steep. Dr. Cornel West is also someone who is fresh new leadership. However, some may argue his age.
The pandemic with former president. But Governor, I got to ask you, I know you weren't watching the coverage because you told me you had to get right to New Hampshire, but listen to what Joy Reid said of the reason why you lost last night, or came in third. Listen.
The elephant in the room, she's still a brown lady that's got to try to win in a party that is deeply anti-immigrant. It's still a challenge. I don't see how she becomes the nominee of that party with Donald Trump still around. I can't picture it happening. Maybe it could happen. Ron DeSantis' only argument for staying in it is he's the white guy, that he can still make the appeal to white immigrants.
Do you agree with her interpretation of the results?
First of all, Joy Reid lives in a different America than I do. Yes, I'm a brown girl that grew up in a small rural town in South Carolina, who became the first female minority governor in history, who became a UN ambassador, and who is now running for president. If that's not the American dream, I don't know what is. You can sit there and give me all the reasons why you think I can't do this. I will continue to defy everybody on why we can do this, and we will get it done.
Are you a racist party?
I love that mindset.
Are you involved in a racist party?
No. we're not a racist country, Brian. We've never been a racist country. Our goal is to make sure that today is better than yesterday. Are we perfect? No. But our goal is to always make sure we try and be more perfect every day that we can. I know I faced racism when I was growing up, but I can tell you today is a lot better than it was then. Our goal is to lift up everybody, not go and divide people on race or gender or party or anything else. We've had enough of that in America. That's why I'm so passionate about doing this. I don't want my kids growing up where they're sitting there thinking that they're disadvantaged because of a color or a gender. I want them to know that if they work hard, they can do and be anything they want to be in America. I saw at the United Nations, countries loved the fact that we had freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to do and be anything we wanted to be without government getting in the way. That's why I'm doing this, is because we've got too much chaos in this country and our kids don't deserve it. And I'm determined to get us back on track where everybody loves America again and everybody's invested in making her stronger.
And that governor is going to be a primary.
Two things. I will give credit because I love people with that mindset. I love the mindset of no matter what obstacle is in front of me, it's not going to indicate nor dictate my next step. That type of mindset to where I don't care who you are, I don't care what you say, I'm going to, what's meant for me is meant for me. That mindset is beautiful. Second thing, she contradicted herself. She said America is not a racist country. America has never been a racist country. And then she says growing up she's experienced racism. Which one is it? Which one is it? I know a lot of Republicans will say America's not racist currently. However, to say America was never racist, that is, you're crazy. You're actually crazy. You're insane. What country did you study growing up? To honestly say America was never racist, that just goes to show like how out of touch you are, because America was very much racist. And I may argue it still has a lot of racism still to this day, depending on who you ask. And people who are all anti-Trump, like democracy's at the end if Trump becomes office, and people who are trying to demonize Trump and make him like this extra bad person. Like, if you're scared of Trump, then I suggest you to do some research on Nikki Haley, because she, in my opinion, is probably worse than Trump. Let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Be sure to follow me on my social media. This is Udo at Connecting People with Policy. I love y'all all. Deuces.